Thanks for inviting us in. It is 11 o'clock. The election is now over, and tonight we're all getting a better idea of who is leading the state of Indiana when the General Assembly convenes in January. Tonight, our Emily Longnecker shows us the changing face of the Indiana State Legislature.
Andrea Hunley is the only Democratic freshman senator joining the state legislature next year. To take on this new role, she'll have to step down from her current role as a principal with IPS. She says she'll still be serving students, this time though, just in the halls of the State House.
For my kindergartners and my fifth graders, like, this is their White House. This is the place where the laws that most impact their lives are happening.
And Wednesday afternoon, after meeting with other newly elected Democratic state lawmakers, Andrea Hunley walked down the steps of the State House, where she'll be helping to decide some of those laws come January. It's the same place where the former teacher and IPS principal brought her students on field trips over the years.
I want for all of my students, and especially my little black girls, to see themselves reflected in me.
Let's give it up for the next state senator from right here, Andrea Hunley.
Hunley, who will represent Indiana's newly drawn Senate District 46 that encompasses parts of Indy's east, west, and south sides, as well as downtown, thanked her supporters Tuesday night after an overwhelming win.
The work that we do matters. It matters.
Not 24 hours later, Hunley was anxious to begin that new work. She'll be stepping down as principal at her school and taking on an advisory role in IPS at the district level to accommodate her new role as a state senator.
It's hard to step back, but it's also necessary so that I can focus on what's happening here at the State House, and then also supporting constituents all around the community.
She'll be joining a state legislature where the other party has a supermajority.
I think we've got to reach across the aisle in order to get anything done.
It's the same kind of approach Hunley took as a principal.
Other people with their differences can also be right. And so for 10 years, I've been saying that to students and staff every single day.
Hunley expects she could end up repeating that same thing in these halls. First things first, though.
My first question that I asked the Senate staff is, where do I park my bike when I come?
Hunley isn't the only first-timer joining the state Senate. Republican candidates in Districts 14, 23, and 26 are all new. In all, 25 Senate seats were on the ballot this year. It appears Republicans will gain one seat, making the split 40 Republicans and 10 Democrats. At the State House, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Well, another big race in Marion County, the fight for county prosecutor. And Ryan Mears talked with us today less than 24 hours after his re-election. He defeated Republican Cindy Carrasco, and now Mears says he's ready to get back to work. Now, for him, that means finding ways to reduce violent crime. He says it's about holding people accountable, yet continuing to invest in them, offering resources to stay away from violence. Moving forward, he says one of the biggest challenges will be finding new ways to build trust between the community and law enforcement.
There's not a non-fatal shooting or a homicide that's taken place in Marion County where someone somewhere doesn't know what happened. It's just a matter of what can we do to get that person to come forward. If we do that, we're going to cut down on this terrible cycle of retaliatory violence that we see far too often.
The Indy FOP shared a statement online today following Mears' re-election. They're saying the collective memberships respect Marion County voters. He went on to say that 200+ homicides a year is the norm now, and quote, unfortunately, we do not see many improvements without a change in direction to close the door on repeat violent offenders.
Now, on the national scale, the balance of power in Congress is still very much up in the air tonight. Right now, Senate races in Georgia, Nevada, and Arizona are still too close to call. Democrats had a stronger than expected showing across the country last night, but Republicans remain optimistic tonight about winning control of the House.
American people are ready for a majority that will offer a new direction.
The state of Georgia will play a pivotal role in which party takes control of the U.S. Senate, but that will take some time with the race to be decided in a runoff on December 6th. And tonight, President Joe Biden is calling the midterms a good day for democracy, talking with reporters at the White House, indicating a willingness for bipartisanship on Capitol Hill.
Regardless of what the final tally in these elections show, and there's still some counting going on, I'm prepared to work with my Republican colleagues. The American people have made clear, I think, that they expect Republicans to be prepared to work with me as well.
Our election coverage continues online. There you'll find more from last night's local and national winners. And we're monitoring results still coming in tonight from across the country on WTHR.com/elections.